Welcome to the Dog Jug, Roger. How is it going?
Uh, it's going okay, Andy. I always prepare a little monologue bit here, and Twitter's been so crazy that like everything was dated like 10 minutes after I wrote it. And then I just finally fucking gave up, and I figured I'd come on here.
You wrote a bit 10 minutes ago and it's already dated?
Yeah, that's how fast Twitter and how crazy Twitter is, and the Baker Bros and the haters and everything. It's a disaster out there.
Well, I think what you need to do is pivot away from any Baker takes and just go right to the Cleveland Cavaliers like our good friend Nick Carnes did, because they had one hell of a game.
Man,
that was fun.
They're so fun to watch. I'm listening to the radio the other day, and like everybody wants to trade everybody away. I'm like, why do you want to trade everybody away? We won 8 out of the last. Cleveland's we're fucking nuts, all of us, the whole fucking bunch of us.
Yes, we do need to all be in insane asylums. That's what's prevalent when I'm reading Twitter. Let's see. Let's see what Ed has to say. Ed has something to say. Ed?
I just want to say hello, guys. I wanted some me time, and I figured if I just put out some random thing that you'd look at it, and then I'd be on the screen. And
all right. Well, that was great.
There he goes,
Ed.
Hey, they don't have that button at Barking Browns that you have right there.
They do have it. They just don't use it.
They don't use it. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I feel bad.
Hey, there he is.
But what were you going to say? Let's see if it would have been interesting had you said it.
Go Cavs.
Well, that's a pretty good take.
Love you, Ed.
That was the most succinct take you ever have had. So good job. All these after-hour meetings that we've been having are finally catching up.
Well, I just figured that, hey, the hottest team in Cleveland, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 30 wins, the most in the East, one game behind. Hey, let's keep this train rolling. And this is Browns off season, which means it's Cavs in season. And this is a fun ride. And besides, look what you're wearing. It says Cleveland Cavaliers. So obviously you're on board too. And Roger, well, he still got the Browns on, and it's going to be a long season.
I got the Ducks.
Rubber Ducks, right?
Rubber Ducks. I wore my Akron hat.
Have you ever what is exactly is a rubber duck, by the way? Do you know what one is?
The meaning, the Goodyear Firestone is the rubber capital of the world.
Oh, I thought it meant.
Okay.
All right, Ed.
Wow. Ed is he's on fire tonight. Obviously, he did not get some of the lessons I tried to teach him, but I'm sure he's going to do better next week. So cannot wait for that. Roger, we have a very, very special guest tonight. And this time, it's actually not going to be a puppet.
It's nobody's dirty Moudons dancing across the screen. We don't have no.
We're going to have an actual person who actually works for the Cleveland Browns.
All right, Andy.
I understand that you're a little bit skeptical, but I promise I'm going to bring him on, and you're going to see a real person, and you're going to be able to talk to a real person.
All right.
And this is exciting because, we've got this. Berea is so buttoned up these days. We don't hear anything that's going on. It's a little bit frustrating as a fan. I'm glad that we're not hearing anything at the same time. However, I just want some Browns news, and there's nothing out there. So I thought, let's bring on someone that actually works in Berea. So I'm going to bring on Jim, the intern, who works for the Cleveland Browns. How's it going, Jim?
Yeah, it's freaking great to be here. I'm really excited. Next question.
You sound excited.
Well, I want to welcome Jim, the intern, and thank you for jumping on and giving us the inside scoop of what's going on in Berea.
Yep, no problem, fellas. No problem. That's what I'm here for. Give you all the information you need. Shoot me with your questions. What do you got?
Well, it's just surprising that you came on. You didn't really want to be here, so we thank you for being here. But anyway, let's get on.
Listen, don't thank me. I actually, you should probably thank Patrick Mahomes because I had a bet that the Bills, with another intern, that the Bills were going to win that game, and I lost the bet. So loser had to come on this shitty ass podcast. So here I am. Yep. Next question.
Well, you mentioned you've been with the Browns for a couple seasons now, 2 seasons actually. I imagine it's very competitive to get an opportunity with an NFL franchise. So why don't you describe how you got hired by the Browns?
Well, actually, for legal reasons, I can't really disclose everything. I actually started working out at a little company called Pilot Flying J. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. It's quite the rising star there. But and I had a great idea. It had to do with like how we could make some extra money on some gas cards and whatever. It kind of all went awry, and for legal reasons, they couldn't fire me. So here I am in Berea. Lucky me.
Wow. So years ago, as I mentioned, we had leaks coming out of Berea all the time. Every week you'd have a new article that was talking about how horrible Berea is. And now we hear nothing. So describe the security to keep everything that's going on so confidential.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of crazy around here, even crazier than it was at Flying Pilot J for a while. People kind of ask about what exactly it is that Callie Bronson does, like what's her role in this whole like day-to-day operations. I don't know. I don't know if I can actually tell you everything she really does.
Well, we'd love to hear. Maybe you could just, I don't know, give us a general idea.
Make sure she's not walking around. Okay, well, honestly, she's monitoring everything, man. I mean, it is absolutely insane. Every tweet, every email, every Instagram post, national media, local media, like she's on it. Nothing gets out. And that's kind of why I got this disguise on right now. But, whatever. We just kind of keep things on the down low here. Word has it that, Frank in accounting one time actually posted a picture of Swagger Jr. before the official announcement was made. No one's seen Frank since. So we like to keep things on the down low, or else you got to go down to Callie's office, and nobody wants that.
If she interned, Jim, if this is the case, why are you risking your career and everything coming on our podcast? Why did you guys make that bet?
Well, I mean, Roger, I'm not really worried about anybody seeing me on the what is this even called? I don't even know what the name of this podcast is. The Chugcast. I don't know. No one's gonna see this. I am not concerned one bit. I just got this mask on for stay away from Callie and also COVID protocols and whatnot.
Wow. There's always disrespect from our guest, Roger. The Browns had a tough season this year. What's it like being in Berea these days?
Well, for the interns, everybody in the off season, this is the busiest time of year. You know what I mean? Draft prep, getting the big board ready for the draft. We've got the Senior Bowl coming up soon. But things are a little weird. Last off season, Kevin, Coach Stefanski was riding high. He was strutting around. The poor guy, man, he just looks, I don't know. He looks ill. He looks like skin and bones. Like, during the season, things got so bad that he was just like, he got really good at not answering any questions in press conferences. But I think it's kind of like had an effect on the dude. Like, honestly, like he goes to the cafeteria, he's in the lunch line. They ask him what he wants. He can't even answer the question. Sitting by himself, eating sugar packets in the cafeteria all day. Little concerned about Coach Stefanski, to be honest with you. Last time I saw him, he had locked himself in his office in the dark, watching highlights of the Chiefs Buffalo game, and that's the last time I saw him. So it's been a little weird with Coach Stefanski. Everyone's really upset about Quessy leaving. I mean, AB loved him, but he's been kind of sitting in his office crying about that for a while. But speaking of AB, I'm pretty sure we're drafting Garrett Wilson because there's a giant poster of him with hearts drawn on it in his office. So I don't think there's any secret that that's who we're going for. So that makes our job a lot easier because we're not even scouting anybody else. So pretty much interns will all just kind of sneak down to the basement and watch the Cavs.
Wow. I think you just told an exclusive. Garrett Wilson will be the pick. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, we're getting all the good inside scoops, so let's jump to the next question. Browns fans talk all the time about Baker Mayfield, and you actually get to interact with him, and you get to see the real Baker. So what's he like, and do you think he could be the future quarterback of the Cleveland Browns long term?
Well, Baker's a cool dude. Don't get me wrong. But the dude, he kind of got weird this year, to be honest. Like, after the whole injury thing, after the home opener, like he became even more obsessed with social media. And he had like 3 or 4 of his own interns that just their only job was to check out social media and find posts of Baker haters, and then print them out, put them in a giant file cabinet. And then after every practice, Baker would come in and go through and read them out loud and throw shit against the walls. Not accurately throw the shit, but just throw it everywhere. And so he was kind of a mess this year, dude. I don't know. Honestly, we're not even supposed to be. We don't really talk about Baker around here anymore. So we kind of keep that on the down low. But I don't know. I mean, we're kind of stuck with the guy, right? I'm glad he's getting off social media, though, because honestly, I think he was losing a little bit there.
Wow. I can say that our good friend of the show, Crutch, he just announced on Twitter that this is gold. He's really liking this segment. So
I've never heard of this Crunch guy, but good for him.
Roger, do you have any questions for Jimmy?
Yeah, actually, I got a couple questions for you. First of all, you got a little Unabomber vibe going. I feel the Unabomber vibe. Dee Haslam, is she a Cougar? What's her presence like walking around in Berea? Is she the boss? Is she really the boss over there?
No doubt, dude. I tell you what, they don't just keep the dogs on leashes around here. She's got Jimmy on one as well, dragging him around. You think I'm scared of Callie? You don't mess with D.
I bet. I bet she's a tough broad. All right, my second question. What do you guys? What's your favorite takeout over there in Berea? Where do you guys go? You just get like Jimmy John's and call them up, and or you guys all go do shots and drink and things like that.
Oh, dude, we got quite the spread. You know what I mean? The Haslam's they do it up big, they do it up right every time. They spare no expenses. So that's kind of one of the perks of being an intern here, and that's why I'm trying to keep the old identity on the down low, because I don't want to lose the free meals. You know what I mean? All right, are we done here? I mean, how many questions are you gonna fucking ask?
I'm done, Andy. I don't want to hold intern Jim. I'm sure he's got a lot of towels to fold and shit.
I've got important stuff to do. Anything else?
Roger, I guess we've asked our piece.
Great.
What do you?
Wonderful. All right. See you later, fellas. I'm done.
Thanks, Jim.
Wow, that was great.
That's insightful.
Hopefully, we didn't piss him off too much, so he'll come back on in the future.
I'm sure he seems like a nice guy.
He got on the show. He got on the Browns because he had something going on with Pilot Flying J. That's what we should do. We should start working for Pilot Flying J, and then we could cross over to the Browns. Makes sense.
That's a good idea.
There's a lot of shady shit going on there, so I think it's probably pretty easy. To our audience, if you want to work for the Browns, start with Pilot Flying J. All right, let's move on. This is pretty exciting. I think I'm just going to bring Ross right on to set this up. Ross, what do you got for us?
Well, first off, that's pretty awesome that we had those scoops from intern Jim there. I mean,
we're going to be the drive time talk tomorrow.
Everyone's going to be quoting us like they were at the press conference from intern Jim. They weren't. We were. But here, what I got prepared here is Browns Twitter guardrails. From the Sashi era, there was that big leak with the Browns guardrails for what their principles are, how they should draft, what they should do with talent, how they should be ran organizationally. And our man Paul D. Podesta, fortunately, is still around, so this is still relevant. I'm sure the Browns still got some form of guardrails with AB, but I want to do something for Browns Twitter. Browns Twitter has been going crazy, and as we know, there's quite a few guardrails going on in the Browns Twitter world. So most importantly, our headline here this is a dog chug quote. I can't say it's from any of us, but constantly questioning the rules of social media and trying to be smart on the internet when we don't know shit. We must continue trolling the fan base. That's our motto. You got to follow that first and foremost. So
it's like a mission statement.
Exactly. So first section of the Browns Twitter guardrails, making a tweet. Your tweet will offend someone, post it anyways. thousands of people out there. Someone's going to be offended. Don't worry about it. Never credit stolen tweets, quotes, or photos. Just assume it's yours, no matter what. Remind Browns fan we have sucked since 1999. You can double down and do that with a meme. Quote pressers like you were there. You know, everyone thinks they got a scoop just because they heard something on the radio. Never use proper grammar. Just a typical Twitter thing, but happens a shit ton on Browns Twitter. Then we got our next section. Follower acquisition. You know, you got to acquire a following, get your brand going, kind of like what we're doing here at the Dog Chug. Each of us has our own unique following. Follow anyone that likes, retweets, or follows you. That's a pretty simple one. So, you know, those people that got 15,000 followers, they also follow 15,000 people. I don't do that shit, but, you know, some of you do. Give away free shit. Guilty as charged right here. Buy my socks. Make a troll comment on tweets with 1,000 likes. It's a great way to get your name out there. Everyone sees it.
Veteran move right there.
Chug a bunch of alcohol in 1 minute. Oh, there's like I'll drink to that one. I think if you got a beer, drink to that. Of course, nothing like a good old-fashioned good morning tweet every single day, every hour.
Get in the conversation, Browns fans.
All right, Ed.
Well, I want to get into the conversation and talk about tweeting about our quarterback, Baker Mayfield, because there is nothing controversial about him. So let's just roll with this. You must heavily critique or praise him. There's no in between. Yeah, either you're a Baker bro or you're a Baker hater, and then there's just no in between. You got to pull stats that make him look better than Tom Brady. I love those 4-year comparisons. Yeah, the only thing missing is, I don't know, 3 out of the 4 Super Bowls that Tom Brady won. But other than that, you know, they're the same quarterback. You must make your take on his commercials. And you know what my take is? He is a great actor, and he's better than Jim Brown was in The Dirty Dozen. And you must report everything he does like TMZ. You know, whether it be he got on social media, he got off social media, he did this, he did that. It's all TMZ worthy. That's our quarterback. That's the guy we ride with. You either ride with him or you ride on him, but he's our guy, and go Browns.
All right, Ed.
Do not follow. These are Tony Grossi. Because, why is that? Because Jesus, Tony, we already have one Lord, Jesus. Aaron Goldhammer. Why is that? Because he's from Denver, Colorado. And guess what? When the drive and the fumble happened, he was probably celebrating, and we were sad. Fuck that.
All right, Rod, you ready to take over?
I'm ready to take over. These are our Browns Twitter guardrails for direct messaging. Ignore Bitcoin girls. They're going to get in your DMs. They're gonna get in your follows, and you may even accidentally follow one of them in one of them stupid follow trains, and your wife will see it and ask you why you're following Bitcoin girls.
But
it never turns out good. Allegedly. Number 2, our second one is beg for a follow. If somebody won't follow you, just fucking beg them. Send them DMs and beg them to follow you. And always screenshot tweet harassment and then put that person out on Front Street on Twitter, and everybody will come to your aid and pile on. Next, we have the competitive advantages, and our first one is being a poet or good at rhymes. That'll give you a competitive advantage in your tweets. Always, this is a surefire one. Fuck the Ravens or fuck the Steeler tweets. Those will get you 100 follows on a Sunday morning. Bam, like that, before you even get your first cup of coffee down.
We call that the Roger special.
Exactly. You get 100 right there. You don't even need to say fucking good morning. Have big boobies. If you have big breasts, you're going to have a competitive advantage. And not like Brownie the Elf breasts or anything like that. You got to have like attractive boobies. And our last one is Photoshop skills for dank memes. and you can put your head on side of mountains and stuff like that. And that's it.
All right. Well, then we also have posting pictures. Just a couple rules for this one, not a huge one. Myles Garrett shirtless. I mean, who doesn't love that sexy man?
Smoke.
Photos from the 2021 playoff victory. I mean, I think we see one of those every single day on Brown's Twitter. A lot of Baker Bros sharing that one lately. Andy?
So the guardrails for when retweeting. Retweet any Browns player hype video. And there will be a lot of them coming up. Retweet all of them. Retweet your uncle's brother's podcast. That's how we get most of our retweets.
It's a true statement.
Retweet memes that have nothing to do with the Browns at all. Because
why not?
Why not? And then if you want to get into the insanity that is Twitter Spaces, like our good friend Ed in Columbus, here are some guardrails to follow. You want to stick to making negative comments only. Conform to the hosts and always agree with them. And then finally, use it as a platform for your dad jokes.
I only told one last time.
Oof. All right. So I think that's our Browns Twitter guardrails. And if you follow these, one day you will be as successful and popular as our good friend Nick Carnes. Ross, that was unbelievably amazing. We have just helped our followers. They're going to grow like crazy.
Huge.
Yeah.
Numbers.
Like
just follow the
China.
guardrails and you too can be Nick Carnes one day.
Indeed. All right. That was a lot of fun. I think now I want to bring on, while we're all here, let's do this though. We all made a little wager on the Super Bowl. Who was going to win the Super Bowl? We all picked two teams. Let's see, share my screen here. We all picked two teams out of the 8. Obviously, 4 were eliminated this weekend, so I kind of want to do a little update about where we stand. This is really exciting. Okay, here we are. Unfortunately, our good friend Ross, who just did an amazing bit, he is out as he picked the Titans in Tampa, and they are eliminated. So he's got 0 lives left. Roger and Ed lost a life with the Packers in Buffalo, so they're down to 1. And of course, because I'm amazing, I have 2 lives left. I want to give Ross a little bit of a chance to get back in this, though, because I think it's just not fun when you don't have a chance. So I was thinking, I'm going to give you, if everyone agrees, Ed, Roger, should we give Ross a chance to possibly get back in?
Margin.
He should have to chug for it.
Chug for it. No.
Ooh, raise the stakes,
All right,
Ed.
here's what I'm going to do. If you chug 4 beers in a minute,
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to give you one of my teams.
Oh, no. Just
I'm
one
good.
beer.
I don't
Just
got it
one
in me
beer.
tonight, Andy. I'm
You
not
don't have to do it
prepared.
tonight. If you do it by this weekend's game.
Super Bowl,
Yeah.
by the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
No,
definitely.
you
I
gotta-
could
you
do
gotta
that
give
for
me-
sure.
Okay.
Oh, he's got to
yeah.
pick a team.
I mean,
yeah.
I agree to that.
All right. Then that's what you'll do. And I get to pick which team you get, of course, but you can
That's
have
fair.
one of my teams.
It
Then
won't
we
be the
all-
Chiefs. It won't be the Chiefs.
It
Hey, we
might be
both
the
win.
Chiefs.
We both win. I drink beer, and you get to give up actually, you don't win in that scenario.
And by the way, the winner gets to do a live read ad to all 3 losers. So big stakes, because if I win this, I am going to just make you say some awful things, everyone. You're going to hate it. So, all right. Well, that is.
I'm sandbagging. When you said that, like, the winner gets to write 3 ads, that's
Yeah.
like a lot of work. So I'm
It is a lot of
sandbagging.
work.
I'd rather just read one.
Here's the thing: you can outsource. If you say like, "Hey, Ed, write my live ad for Ross," Ross will probably do it. Ed will
That's
probably
true.
Ed will do it, right? Ed, you would write a live ad to make fun of Ross, right?
I wrote one. They pinned it.
I kind of like him now. I don't want to make fun of him anymore.
Okay, well, would you write a live ad to make fun of me?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Right.
Labor of love. Labor of love.
Well, I'm excited to see who wins this weekend, who is left, who is going to be facing in the Super Bowl. And Ross, I'm excited to see your 4 beers in 1 minute video. That's going to be great. Can't wait for that. We've seen you do 3. And you did it with plenty of time. So I'm confident you're going to be able to pull off 4.
Oh, I could definitely do it. I have faith.
I can't wait. All right. We're going to say goodbye to our amazing producers. And we are going to bring on our amazing featured guest that we have for you today. This is a good friend of mine, Gator. We are so excited to have you on the Dog Chug. I've been hoping to have you on since we created this thing, as you're pretty amazing. Glad to have you on today.
What's happening?
Gator.
Boys? What's up,
Welcome.
Roger?
I'm glad he waited and he didn't have you on early on our early shows. Whew, those poor people. I feel so bad. We're having them all back on again to make up for it.
I even listened to your shit about Bitcoin girls, and I don't even know what the hell was going on at that point. Twitter rules? There are no rules in Twitter. What the hell are you talking about?
Gabe is one of my very good friends, and he did tell me this is his 8th favorite podcast about the Browns, of course. So thank you for being a loyal listener. And his one critique is that we never end the show within an hour. So do you think today's show is going to be within 1 hour?
No. And I'll say no because I will make sure that it goes way over. I'm talking about all kinds of shit. Actually, you guys aren't even my 8th favorite show anymore because Twitter Spaces is also the shit. And I'm on there. So that is actually taking you guys down a notch.
We don't consider
We
Spaces
We got bumped by.
Come on.
What are you talking about? Have you been? Dude, I was listening to that Chops. I don't even know who the hell Chops is. It's a ridiculous name. But Chops, whatever, talks about the Browns. Like, he had Dustin Fox was on there. I'm pretty sure Dustin Fox was fucking drunk, first off. And then he was just, like, swearing up and down. Zach Jackson came on. Who knows? He was, like, in his mom's basement. Who knows what the hell he was talking about? Like, that stuff's fantastic. Like, I get on there every chance I see one come up. So, yeah, you guys have really moved down since Spaces is now a thing.
Hey, at least we're still in your top 10.
Okay, whatever you want to think.
I don't like the idea of these spaces, Andy. I don't like the idea of it. It's stepping on toes, I think, right now.
Roger, it's the same thing. It's exactly what you're doing right now.
Yeah, but it's more popular.
Can't you just do a Dog Chug Spaces? I don't know if that's a possibility. I mean,
don't tell Ed. Ed'll do it 24/7. Dog Chug Spaces.
All right, let's get to one of our favorite shows that you have said is like our 5th best bit. I think you also said it's our 3rd worst bit. But Spit, Sip, Chug. We've got a great lineup of questions, so let's move. Actually, you helped me write one of our Spit, Sip, Chug questions today.
I did?
Yeah, that's a true story. So we'll start us off with the following. You know the rules, but for our audience that doesn't know the rules, I'm gonna make a statement. And we're going to go around, and if you agree with it strongly, you're going to chug and explain why. If you are tepid, you're going to sip. And if you strongly disagree, you're going to spit. All right? So let's get started.
I've never actually seen one of these happen. I only watch whenever I know Crutch is going to be on. So.
Crutch is one of our good friends, and I will say you're doing way better than Crutch is when he's on the show.
What are you talking about? That's impossible. Crutch is the best.
Crutch is the best. I don't know if his personality.
I would never say that to his face. Don't tell him I said that.
His personality is gonna unlock at some point on the show. It just hasn't happened yet. All right. So our first question for Spit Sip Chug. Baker announcing he'll be staying off social media is not a big deal. And Gator, we're gonna start with you.
So let me just make sure I know what's going on here. So I chug if I strongly agree.
Yep.
And then what are the other things?
Spit if you disagree. And if you're kind of lukewarm, you sip.
All right. Give me the question again.
Baker announcing he'll be staying off Twitter, social media, all right, is not a big deal.
I think I'm gonna spin because whatever. I think it's a big deal because I think he's fucking delusional. Like I think he's absolutely losing his mind. Like, first off, if you think Twitter's toxic, you don't say, hey, you know what? I really think social media is terrible. I should tweet about it. Like that makes no sense at all. So I think, it's not that big of a deal. Like whatever. He's still gonna do it. Like he's so full of shit. He's gonna have like 18 burner accounts like Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? Like not the real Baker Mayfield. Like look out, that's gonna be a new Twitter handle. Like the he's full of it. His wife's just gonna tell him everything that's on there.
Did you hear though that our Jim the intern earlier said that Baker keeps track of everything that everyone says about him? Did you hear that?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like I can imagine him just sitting at home, like reading all the shit from like he just watches Colin Cowherd like on repeat. I'm pretty damn sure. And gets fired up. You know what? Whatever. I hope it works. I hope he gets so fucking mad and he just comes and kicks everybody's ass. Do I think that'll happen? No, not a shot in hell. He's not very good. But I would love for that to be what actually happens. So I think I spit. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, right. Great answer. Before we continue, Crutch did just announce in our chat that he's going to learn how to use Twitter so he can fuck with the spaces.
That sounds about
And
right.
I will pay money to see him on spaces for sure. That's awesome. Crutch, I can't wait for you to do that.
Dipping into some weird spaces. I'm just going to put that out there.
Actually, we should record Crutch on spaces and feature that in an upcoming Dog Chug game. I think this is got to happen. All right. I'm going to give my answer, and I'm kind of with you on a lot of what you're saying, but I'm going to go the opposite route. First of all, before I say anything, I think saying you're like you're going to leave Twitter is like the lamest thing ever, or social media. Just leave. You don't have to announce it. Like what?
Exactly.
Whatever. However, I'm going to chug. I don't think it's that big a deal because I think we already know that Baker right now is just, got some cracks going on. He is not a very stable person. This is just more evidence of what we already know. So I'm not going to freak out about it. Hopefully, as he gets healthier, he recovers and things change as we progress through this offseason. But right now, he's not a very stable guy, I would argue.
If you can't handle someone bashing you on Twitter, you sure as shit can't handle a pass rush. Like, that ain't happening. Like, the guy's a mess. Like, mentally, he just, like, whatever. I love that he gets all fired up about stuff, like, and gets passionate, but, like, he needs to, like, learn to control his friggin' emotions. Like, just has to.
Well said. As most of Brown's Twitter has to do. Roger, what do you think about this one?
First of all, what does it fucking matter if anybody's on or off Twitter? Or it's irrelevant. Twitter is who cares? Who fucking cares? But why is he on there looking is because he played like shit this year. Because his ego, instead of doing the right thing and shutting it down, I don't even know what went on there, why he was even playing in those games. He wasn't fit to play in the NFL football games. I don't think it's a big deal. The only thing that matters to me with Baker Mayfield, if he's our quarterback next year, is that he goes in and does the work, and that's all he worries about. Not Twitter, not contract. He better not worry about his contract. He just needs to get out there and play football. I'm not convinced that he's going to be under center, next season anyway. I don't know.
All right.
No big deal.
Let's move on. This is the one that Gator, you helped me write. These Cavs that we just watched today in an amazing game. They are more fun to watch than the LeBron James era. Part 1 and part 2. And this question only counts for the regular season. I'm going to start us off, and I'm just chugging on this one. Maybe I took LeBron for granted. I loved watching him play and everything, but man, this was a tough team to watch in the regular season. You never felt like you were watching greatness. Today's game, I watched like a whole team of people be great, and it was so much fun to watch. I look forward to every game. So I'm chugging on that one. Roger?
I can't I went through this whole big thing with cable and the fucking apps. In 2 weeks, I was, all I want to do is be able to watch the Cavs, going through all these apps and all these different choices. And I probably watched 10 games during LeBron's when we won the championship, 10 regular season games that entire season. Today, I don't miss a Cavs game. I mean, it's on the TV every night. They're exciting to watch. They're fun to watch. I love them. I haven't been this enthused about a Cavs team since the Price, Doherty, Hot Rod Nance and that era. I love them. I'm chugging on the Cavs. I'm not putting any expectations on them, and they're just fun to watch, man.
All right. And Gator, who Ed points out might be related to Dan sitting there in the dark. What do you think?
I don't know who that Dan is. But
well, he's a guy that when he calls in our show, he's always in pitch black situations.
Must be a handsome son of a bitch. Well, I agree. So what do? I chug my drink?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Wow, this is a long chug.
Whoa.
Holy cow, you must really agree with this one.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
That's
so
why
cool.
we should be your number one favorite podcast.
Well, yeah. So yeah, I came up with this question because I said it. Like, it's weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's odd, but I definitely agree. Like, it's a lot of fun. And LeBron era, that was awesome too and super exciting. But like that brand of basketball just kind of sucks to watch, right? Like one guy bringing the ball up and the ISO, and like LeBron was a freak athlete and gave us a championship. But like every single night, this is a blast to watch. Like, I don't know. You got the energy from all the other players. Like everybody's excited. Like hell, even Kevin Love, who looked like the biggest sad sack in the world a year ago, like was throwing a hissy fit on the court. He's loving it, having a great time. So it's wonderful. I mean, I think also too because it's such a surprise, right? Like we expected to be good when LeBron was here, and like we expected to be pretty shitty, especially after Colin Sexton got hurt, and we're fucking awesome. So that makes it even better. So yeah, chug all day on that.
All right. Did you see Love bury those 3 threes back to back the other night?
25 points.
He was just so fired up and jacked up. It was, man, I got up out of the chair. Yeah.
Rubio being out. But Rondo was making ridiculous shots tonight. You see that one? He like threw it backwards behind his head.
I did see his 3 from in the close game. He took that. He threw the air ball 3 up. Yeah, Rondo plays a good role though. But,
yeah, for sure. But they got to make a move.
Once he gets integrated into it, he'll be fine doing what they need him to do.
All right, let's move on to question number 3. The Cincinnati Bengals don't have a chance in hell to beat the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. Roger.
I wouldn't say they don't have a chance in hell because they have Joe Burrow, which gives them a chance. But what they don't have is somebody to protect Joe Burrow, and that's what they need to do. Cincinnati, they had an easy schedule going in this year. I don't think they beat Mahomes. I don't think they beat the Chiefs. Not in this game. Kansas City plays at a whole different level when it comes to the postseason, and I don't think they stand a chance. But not in hell. They got Joe Burrow, so they got a slim one. So I'm going to sip on it. How about that?
Fair enough. Gator.
What was the question again?
Sometimes it don't matter. Sometimes I'll just say random shit and then we'll just get through the bit.
All right. The statement is not a question. The statement is the Cincinnati Bengals don't have a chance in hell to beat the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend.
I'm going to sip on that one, which I already took my beer, so I haven't even sipped. But, I mean, I think just because it seems like they're probably going to lose, right? Like Kansas City is friggin' ridiculous. So that makes me think that that's how everything goes in the NFL. I think something's going to happen, and then the opposite usually happens. So I think Kansas City's going to kick the shit out of them, like destroy them. So I think the Bengals have a pretty good chance of winning.
That is,
and plus the pass rush of Kansas City is not nearly as good as that of Tennessee.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like if he's not getting buried, he's not going to get sacked 9 times. Like that ain't happening again. So I think they got a chance. Like, I really do. Just because I think everyone's counting them out, and what do they got to lose? Like, no one expected them to get this far.
Okay, fair enough. I am going to chug on this one. And essentially, I know, well, you know, I don't want to have too much dead air in the show, and I'm not convinced you two are going to help out if I, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to chug a beer, and you guys can, like, make it so the show doesn't suck while I do.
Yeah, we'll handle it.
So anyway,
yeah, that was very interesting. Way to make the show.
I didn't want to talk to myself. Gator went to get a beverage.
I know, I'm an asshole.
Andy, we're at the point where we're burping, and so but nobody's watching.
I am going to be burping if I chug a whole Budweiser.
I know.
All right.
If we were on Spaces, people would be watching, or at least listening.
Good point.
Hey, but will Spaces let you chug a beer and hold everything while you chug a beer? No, they will not. Only the dog chug will.
That's a great point, Roger. Spot on.
I feel like we're losing control of this bit here. All right, I'm just gonna power through this. So I know the Cincinnati Bengals already defeated the Kansas City Chiefs, and I know there's the term on any given Sunday, but the Cincinnati Bengals don't have a chance of hell. They are going to, their season's going to end just like ours ended last year when we were doing our little miracle.
I think Kansas City, much like you, Andy, they blew their load in 13 seconds.
Well, you had a chance to give your piece, and now I'm giving mine, and we're going to find out obviously this weekend. And listen, I hope you're right, because if the Cincinnati Bengals defeat the Kansas City Chiefs, that will guarantee I win a lot of money. I have a weird bet going on that the Kansas City Chiefs are the only team that could throw me off. But I think they're gonna beat the Bengals this weekend. All right,
the Bengals odds at the beginning of the season to win the Super Bowl had to be crazy odds, right?
Yeah, could you imagine putting $100 on them before week
20 to 1 or something?
Sorry, I'm reading something being typed that made me laugh. We're gonna move on to question number 4. This is a fun one, Roger. We are going to start with you. Last week, I shushed Ed in Columbus when he was interrupting Roger during your top 10, and Ed got so mad at me, he almost walked off the show. With this in mind, will Ed survive the 2022 Dog Chug season without quitting or walking off the show at least one time?
Will he survive?
All right, so I got to make this statement. He will survive the entire 2022 season without walking off.
Ooh, no, I'm not chugging on that. He gets into his feelings a lot. No, I'm gonna sip on it. I don't know if he's gonna make it. We might fire him again. Who knows?
No. Firing wouldn't count. This is him leaving or him walking.
Oh. I'm gonna sip on it because Ed, he gets into his feelings a little bit sometimes. So he might storm out a little diva-esque at some point between now and kickoff of 2022.
All right. Gator.
He's mad at me now.
I don't know. I don't even know who Ed really is, to be honest with you. But I've known you for quite some time, Andy, and you're an asshole. And you'll probably say something that will upset him. Hell, you might upset me and make me leave the show before this is all over. So I will spit on that one. I think that's how it works.
You don't stand a chance in hell, does he, Gator?
All right. Before I weigh in, I really want to get the rest of our team to weigh in on this one. So let's bring on Ed and let's bring on Ross. Ross, why don't you start us off? How does this question find you? Once again, do you think Ed's going to either quit the show or walk off a show one time in this 2022 calendar year?
Okay, I'll pick one. He will not. So I guess that would mean...
That means you're chugging.
Yeah, I guess I'm chugging. so he will stay.
Ed's sipping.
He survived the Fire Red movement. I know he wants to be here. This is actually, believe it or not, this is Ed's safe space. He actually feels safer here than in his own house with Kelly.
That's true.
Why were you guys trying to fire Ed? Seems like a nice guy.
You say Jessica.
I agree. I like this guy. This guy actually. Look, all I know is I don't really know. I wasn't really paying attention. I was looking up odds. The Bengals were 40-1 before the playoffs started. They're still 40-1 to win the Super Bowl now. The only thing is I don't really know what the question is. Will I probably quit or have a temper tantrum? Yes, probably. All I know is I'm chugging this Oklahoma beer from Jessica. I don't know if that relates to the question in the right way that you want to directly correlate this, but I'm chugging. And this one's for Gator because he's a cool dude.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I like this guy.
Man, that was a politician answer right there. I appreciate it.
I have a lot of bullshit, bro. I have a lot of bullshit.
That was the most, like, I haven't seen you have an opinion. Wait a minute. Did you just say you were chugging that beer and then you drank like a third of it?
Well, it's a pretty good chug. I mean, I was gonna probably do one more chug, but do you want me to finish? I'll finish it. How about that?
Oh yeah, finish.
Those beers are Belgian ales. Those are bruisers. I think they're like 8.5%.
Well,
a little
it's
stronger
gone
than the Mountain Dews he usually drinks.
I heard him set it down.
Ricky Bobby juice.
Shocker.
I want to thank Jessica once again for sending us those amazing beers. Okay. I have to answer this question. Jeez, I am all over the place tonight. So I am going to chug that Ed is going to be here all year. He's never going to walk off because Ed's a professional, and while he is annoying, he is a professional, and he will always be here, and he's always going to be wonderful. And I think this is going to be the year of Ed. This is going to be the ascension of Ed. The audience hates him right now, but they are going to learn to appreciate him because he's going to be amazing as we
I can throw up my own gang sign.
All right. And now I get the pleasure of kicking Ed off because that's always fun.
Can I get one of those buttons?
Yeah, we should give you a button too, a kick him off button. Or you can do your whistle back. If you blow the whistle, I'll kick him off. Sound fair? The Dan whistle. All right, we got one more.
Hell yeah, let's go.
And once again, I'm going to start with you, Roger. Losing Kwesi today to the Vikings will end up hurting the Browns front office.
No, I think that no, I'm going to spit on it. It won't end up hurting the front office. I think that they have a business structure and they're just another cog in the wheel. You know what I mean? I don't think it'll affect play on the field. Let's put it that way. So I'm spitting on it.
Gator?
Yeah, spit. I think it's a positive. You know what I mean? Like, now you got a team in the NFC who, I mean, Andrew Berry's super close with that guy. I mean, according to Jim, the intern. But, like, now you've got somebody that you can, I don't know, trade with. Like, you hate to trade within conference, right? Now you got someone you're super close to who's a GM of, like, decent franchise in the NFC. Like, I think it only can be a positive.
Maybe down the road we can pick up a wide receiver too that makes $15 million a year and doesn't want to be here from day one. Like Dorsey had his buddy in New York.
Well, I mean, it just seems to happen.
That robbed him.
Teams tend to make like deals with the same team over and over again. Like now you got. But
no, I get it. That's a good point. I get that, Gator. That's a good point. You got like an ally in the NFC. You know,
right? I think
there's no downside. We get 2-3 third-round picks. You know, you got an ally in the NFC, somebody you can bottom end of the roster, swap around people, you know. Yeah.
No, Ed, we don't want Cousins. Get out of town.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a button where you can just get rid of Ed.
Yeah, click, get out of here.
All right. I wrote this question today because I saw a lot of people literally saying like, oh, he's leaving the Browns and freaking out about the fact that he's leaving. That, oh my goodness. I think we brought him in because he is a guy that's going to be a GM soon, and that's going to net you 2 third-round picks, which is like a slam dunk. That's a great thing. So, yeah, the plan worked completely. I think Andrew Berry's plan is going to just be to have well, he'll just continue having minority candidates that are ready to pop and become GMs and coaches, which basically will net us additional assets, which the Browns will use to become huge winner over the years.
Well, I think it's a good sign of a quality franchise, right? Like if you're doing shit the right way, then your people are moving on to like bigger and better things, right?
Right.
We're just not used to that happening.
This is a slam dunk.
We're freaking out.
I love that this happened. I'm excited. So I'm spitting on that. And that concludes Spit, Sip, Chug for this episode. But let's bring everyone back on because I have a little bit of fun planned, which probably won't be any fun at all, but let's try it anyway. Essentially, we have 2 third-round picks that we're going to be able to utilize now, which is pretty awesome, you would think. However, the Cleveland Browns have been horrendous drafting in the 3rd round. We have found talent in every other round. If you take a look, 3rd round is really bad. So we're going to go around the room, and I want the 4 of you to attempt to come up with, I think I have 6 notable 3rd round picks the Cleveland Browns have drafted since the return. And let's see how far we can get. I am hoping you can get to 3. So, Gator, we're going to start with you. Can you think of a 3rd round pick the Browns have drafted that wasn't terrible?
Anthony Schwartz.
All right. That was not on my list because he hasn't really done anything. So we have one.
Well, I mean, he did like not run a full route, and then the guy intercepted the ball, and then Baker tackled that guy and hurt his shoulder. So now we can get rid of Baker. So that's kind of a good.
All right. Fair enough. Still didn't make my list. Ross, we're on 1 strike. 1 notable 3rd round pick the Browns drafted.
Christian Kirksey.
Christian Kirksey is on my list. That's 1. Ed, we're going to go to you.
Was Taki a 3rd round pick?
Taki was a 3rd round pick, and I do like him. He did not make my list, so that's 2 X's. He's very close. I did 7 on my list. It would have been him. Roger.
I'm going to go with Chad Thomas.
Chad Thomas being he's notable for being the worst 3rd round pick of all time. That's terrible.
Oh, I thought, yeah, okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you guys the rest.
Try again.
All right, we'll let you try. We'll go one more.
Oh, I know. Because you.
Hold on. We'll get to you, Gator.
Okay.
You come up with another guess. Sorry for shushing you, Ed. I love you.
It's fair. It's fair.
I get to guess again.
Yes.
Was Jordan Elliott a 3rd round pick?
Yes,
he was a 3rd round pick. Didn't make my list.
But he's gonna be good.
He is gonna be good.
Probably.
John Greco.
I don't think he was a 3rd round pick.
I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out there.
I'm excited for mine.
Yeah, I have no idea.
All right, Ed, let's get to your excited.
The reason why I'm excited, I never dressed up like him, but was the Fry guys. Charlie Fry was a 3rd round pick.
Charlie Fry was definitely a 3rd round pick, not a great quarterback, so I did not put him on my list. Although there is another quarterback taken in the 3rd round that I did put on my list. Roger, can you come up with that name?
A 3rd round quarterback that was drafted by the Browns?
Yes. I'm going to give you a clue. Think Alamo.
Think Alamo. Colt McCoy.
There it is. We're still alive. Let's go one more round.
Hey, John. Hey, by the way, John Greco was drafted by the St. Louis Rams in the 3rd round. I just Googled it. So I was close. Not by us.
Gator, we're
I
going to
thought it was the worst 3rd round pick ever, so I won that one.
We'll go one more round and see if we can come up with one more name that I had on my list. We have 4 more options.
Larry Ogunjobi.
And you did it.
Final answer.
Larry Ogunjobi. You got a great
Number 65.
You didn't put Cody Kessler on your list? 15 baby carrots?
Cody Kessler was definitely not on my list. Ross, you have one more name?
Healthy foods, man. Good healthy diet. 15 baby carrots.
Let's see if we can
I forgot about that.
TJ Ward. I think he was drafted higher, though.
2nd round, TJ Ward. Ed?
I'm still talking about 15 baby carrots, so I'm no good anymore.
All right, Roger, do you have one more guess?
I have no. Where was Josh Cribbs drafted?
Undrafted.
Yeah, undrafted. He was not.
John
Oh, he was
Hughes.
undrafted. You're right. Yeah.
All right. The other names on the list: Duke Johnson. Pretty good.
The Duke of Earl.
And I
Duke
think we got-
Johnson.
He was
the
that
amazing
early.
thing about him is we got a 3rd-round pick back for him somehow.
Don't be talking about his contract, Baker.
Let's see. Carl Nassib. I love Carl Nassib. I had his jersey, and I think he's
Carl
yeah.
Nassib.
Who names their baby Carl? Who names their baby Carl?
And then finally, he was drafted the first year the Browns came back. Dalen McCutcheon.
Oh, he was awesome. That guy, USC.
Great cornerback. Yeah.
right.
Well, great for the Browns. He was a good player on really bad teams.
All right, I'm going to say goodbye to Ross. I'm going to keep Ed on, and this is going to be fun.
Wow.
We're gonna set up something here.
What did I do to deserve this? I must have
Well,
been good.
Unfortunately,
Hold on.
we had a very tragic loss recently. And Ed, I know you love this man, so I wanted you to do a
Oh.
dog chug memorial for our good friend of the show because he always watched Meatloaf.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. That's right. I love Meatloaf. He was signed by Cleveland International Music. When nobody else wanted Meatloaf, Cleveland, Ohio did. And I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that. That was a great song. Reminds me of the 1993 Ohio State Buckeye game when we blocked a field goal at the end, tied 10-10 with Wisconsin. And then in 1995, when it have his second song was kind of like that. I can't think of it right now because, Meatloaf has no hits. That was the Indians World Series in 95. So Meatloaf and me in Cleveland have a big connection, and obviously he does with the fans. So, yes, this one's for you, Meatloaf. And I don't know if it's true about the unvaccinations or whatever like that, but, hey, man, nobody deserves to die either way. So, man, I'm going to chug for you, brother.
Wow. Wait, didn't you chug that entire beer? That beer is
There was
empty.
a little bit left. It's like, it's optics. It's all about optics right now.
All right, so I bring this up. Sorry for making the audience listen to that, but I bring this up because Ed
Apology accepted.
he basically implied that like Meatloaf is his favorite artist of all time.
No, well, here's how I look at this. You got male singers, okay, and we got Billy Joel. But when it comes to voices, you can't argue Meatloaf's voice is just so great. Now, his songs, on the other hand, you can argue whether maybe they're too theatric for the likings of some people, and I get that. But
he resonated with you more than other artists.
Absolutely, yes.
Ed, do you know what Meatloaf's real name was?
Marvin Lee Aday.
That is accurate. And then
Well,
he
there you go. I'm not going to question you no
What
more on
about
Meatloaf.
when he changed his name? Do you know what he changed his name to?
He changed. I know he was Meat from the time that he was 8 years old. That's why his nickname is
Well,
Meat.
he's called Meat, but that was his
Yeah.
nickname. He did change his name. Pretty sure. I don't know what he changed it to though. I heard people talking about it when they were talking about Meatloaf.
It went from Marvin to Meatloaf. I don't know.
Anyway,
I lied for you, and that's the truth. That was the song I was thinking of in '95.
when you were, remembering Meatloaf and saying he resonated with you so much, he was one of your favorite artists. It made me, realize how special Ed is. That if there is someone that is super popular, and then
nice.
There you go, buddy.
wow,
Oh, awesome. This guy's awesome. Gator's
Look
awesome.
at that.
Yeah,
Bat out
Like
of
a
hell.
bat out of hell. Like a bat out of hell.
Oh, you made Ed sing, Gator.
Paradise by the dashboard.
Hey, that's 2 thumbs up on that classic album
Right.
right there, man.
Yeah,
no.
buddy.
Got the vinyl.
Oh,
Is that an original?
Yeah.
Sorry.
buddy.
Vinyl
Yeah, look
action.
at
He
that.
went vinyl.
That
What?
was a scary picture when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, it scared the shit out of me when I was a little
To
kid.
nuns.
It's terrible, terrifying.
what does Porter think when he finds that record?
I gotta hide that one over there. That's out of his reach. It's not. 5-year-olds are not ready for "Bat Out of Hell" by Meatloaf.
Like a bat out of hell.
No, geez. We're gonna mute Ed. All right. So my point is that when he said Meatloaf is one of his favorite artists, it struck me because I love Meatloaf. He's fantastic. I appreciate the hell out of him. But if I'm making like a top 50, I don't know if Meatloaf is cracking that. And yet for Ed it does. So I thought of a great game. Essentially, what we're gonna do, Gator, is I'm going to give you 2 people that maybe have something in comparison, to art, movie stars, to singers, whatever. And all you have to do is say, which do you think Ed appreciated more?
Easy peasy. Let's do it.
That's
Easy
right.
peasy.
I feel like I have a connection with Ed. I know what's going on in his mind. Got it.
He gets me. Gator gets me.
Do you want to give him any advice before I send you off?
I'm crazy. I don't know if he knows that by now, but I'm crazy, and I think he appreciates that. So
Well,
I think he'll do fine.
Watch the show.
I
so he
figured that
knows
out pretty quickly.
he knows
All
you're
right,
crazy.
do it.
All right. And I'm going to give you one lifeline. If you
To Ed?
want, you can ask Roger what he thinks. You can do that one time. And by the way, I want to bring Ed and Ross back on because I do have something important to bring up. So this is kind of cool. We haven't really talked about this, but me and Roger were talking about potentially doing a Dog Chug shirt. And if we do this, which I think we're going to do this, pretty sure we're going to do this, we want to offer something to the winners of this game. So my thought is, and I don't know if you guys are comfortable with this, so we're going to talk about it on the air because it's fun to not talk about this off air. Let's just throw it in your faces and then we'll see where we land. If you guys are comfortable, and we could beat it up right now, I'm not telling you how it's going to be. I say what we should do is we do like 5 weeks of Dog Chug, and all the winners get put in a drawing, and then whoever wins, whoever is drawn, we send that person one of the shirts, like on us. The four of us split the cost. We ship it. Are you guys comfortable with that? What do you think?
Yeah. If we
I'm
fail,
in.
no one's gonna remember.
Okay. I think when we rehearsed this, we were all supposed to say, "Nah, I don't know. That's not cool." So
We love the
Yeah,
fans.
so
Look, this
about
is
the
going to be
other podcast.
huge.
because it's a lot of money. We're talking about a lot of money, obviously. So I think we should make sure if we're comfortable with it.
At about $100 a piece.
Make it rain. Make it rain.
All right.
Just
Well, it sounds
quickly
like
and
a couple
towards the
people are
podcast.
having, couple of us are not sure this is a good idea. So I don't know. What about, because money doesn't grow on trees. What if we all cancel our Patreon membership, the $5 we're giving the Barking Browns, and
Now
then use that money to ship shirts to
Wait,
dog
that-
owners? What do you think?
That's four of
Then
us.
I'm in.
20 bucks. Wait, that's 20 bucks
20
a month,
bucks.
right?
You,
20
you're
bucks a
starting
month
this
between
shit
the four
again
of
with me, Andy. You're starting this shit. You're going to get me fired on the Barking Browns. I see what you're doing here.
That's
You guys
genius,
paid
Andy.
$20 to listen to the Barking Browns podcast?
Well, between the four of us.
We don't pay to listen. We pay to get, amazing articles and exclusive access, and because we love those guys and we just want to support them.
How much do they pay to
Yes,
listen to
that's the
Dog
right
Chug?
answer. That's the right answer.
They've said they would pay us money, but we told them no. We don't have anything to offer, so we can't accept your money. That's what we said.
Right.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna do the shirts. We don't have the shirt yet, Gator, but when we do have the shirt, we're going to put you in the drawing, and if you win, you're gonna get a
Then I
free
win. I'm about to win
Barking
this
Brown
shit right
shirt.
now.
Right?
Feel it.
Hey, Ed in Columbus, can you find the picture of the shirt so we can at least showcase it?
Yeah, that'd be good. And we're officially 11:04, so we're officially over an hour.
We did go over an hour.
Oh, yeah. Well over an hour. Right there.
Gator
Well,
won.
Little time thing.
Gator was very
Okay.
smart with that. All right.
He's victorious.
So
Get used to it.
do you have the mock-up of the shirt? Okay, he does. We're gonna bring him on.
You already made the shirt?
Well, we have like a mock-up. And
Oh, this
do I-
podcast
Can
is
you
really
expand that picture, Ed?
here I go.
Good
Here I go.
grief.
Okay. Zoom
Can
in,
you like
zoom in a little bit.
expand it?
Basically is our amazing logo that we paid a
I'm
lot
sure
of
it's
money to
great.
get. And it says
There, that's a little better.
what does it say?
Dog Chug started it.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is a shirt you're going to want to wear, is the point.
in the dark when no one's around.
Yeah, if you're Jim the intern, you're in a bit, you wear the Dog Chug shirt. Absolutely. Okay. So we're going to play the game now. I have 5 questions. I'm going to give you 5 opportunities. You have to get 3 of them right. Because now we're actually giving you t-shirts, there's no bullshit. If you get them wrong, you're not in the drawing.
There's
So,
always bullshit. Let's go.
here we go. And let me see what I did wrong here. Oh, I'm just going to hit play. Okay.
Like that.
So here we go. I'm going to name 2 names. Ed and Columbus, just tell me which one. And I got the wrong one, so let me fix that.
I love it.
You wouldn't have, technical issues on the dog chug if
I'm really excited. I was hoping there would be some sort of technical difficulties while I was here, and it happened. Fantastic. I'm all for it. Is that your background on your computer?
Yeah.
What is that?
What is that?
You
Yeah.
have the Browns, like the Browns wallpaper on your computer? What the hell's
That's
wrong
the one that came with the computer. He still hasn't changed it.
You lazy son of a bitch. You couldn't even choose a new screensaver like wallpaper? Put the Browns on there or something?
Anything.
What the hell even is that? Like
Boobies.
abstract art thing?
Here we go.
Fancy.
Now we are good.
Yeah, this is going to be great.
Or oh. Here we go.
I wish we had producers.
God damn it. All right. When I say here we go, that means no one talk because I'm going to. This is basically an invitation for you both to talk as soon as I hit play. Here we go.
So what are we doing? We talk?
Or Katy Perry or Britney Spears? All right. Ed was asked which artist he likes better, Katy Perry or Britney Spears. What do you think he's going to say?
Katy Perry, final answer.
Let's find out.
Britney Spears, because she brings back nostalgic memories, and I may have lost some kids and some Kleenex back in the day.
Crowe.
Jesus.
All right, so you're starting 0-1. You got some work to do. You got 4 more. You just got to get 3 of them right. You know
The
what?
Cavs were down 3-1, and they came back. So,
So I want you to think it through a little bit next time. Maybe talk through your logic before you just blurt out an answer.
I like to go with my gut.
All right, here we go.
I'm just going to blurt it out.
He likes to be nostalgic. I got it. All right, let's do it.
Question number 2. Roseanne or Sarah Silverman?
Well, I'm thinking he likes to be nostalgic, right? And I don't know how old Ed is, but we're thinking about like what's newer, what's older.
He's 57.
All right. Ed's 57 years old?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wow, I want whatever he's having. I'm going to go Roseanne.
Roseanne, even though she sang the national anthem in a drunken stupor, and my dad never forgave her for it, but she is the original, and I love Roseanne.
All right, you're 1-1. You just need to get 2 of the next 3 right, and you got this. You're gonna get in the running to get a shirt you'll never wear.
Thank God.
You'll wear it when you paint. Sinead O'Connor or Alanis? God.
Alanis Morissette, final answer.
Sinead O'Connor or Alanis Morissette? All right, you said Alanis?
I mean, I'm thinking he's 41 years old. Like, that album came out, like, Jagged Little Pill came out when he was, like, in his teens-ish. So, like, yeah, Alanis Morissette.
All right, and don't forget, you get to ask Roger 1 time.
Roger doesn't know anything.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Here we go.
Exactly.
Well, Sinead O'Connor shaved her head and pissed the Pope off. Alanis Morissette's a better musician, and isn't that ironic? But I'm going to pick Alanis.
Whoa! You got it. 2-1. Come from behind. You are the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's go on to question number 4. Charlie Sheen or Steve Carell?
All right, that's a tough one.
What are you thinking?
Well, like at first I was thinking Charlie Sheen because like Major League, like Platoon, like I don't know, like I feel like he might be a big Major League fan. I'm a huge Major League fan. And then what was the other option? It was Steve Carell, though. I love Steve Carell. I think he would like The Office. I think he might be a fan of The Office.
Don't forget, you're not deciding. You're thinking what Ed's going to
I know. You told me to think out loud. That's what I'm doing. Don't get mad at me for doing exactly what you told me to do.
Sorry, I'm very drunk.
This is tough. I bet this was a really difficult decision for Ed. I guarantee it was. But I'm going to go with my gut is telling me.
Are you sure you don't want to check in with Roger?
Oh, hey, Roger, what do you got? What do you think?
Well, Charlie Sheen's nuts. He's fucking crazy. And Ed, he's not too far behind. So the two of them kind of line up. So I don't know. I would say Charlie. I would go Charlie Sheen just because they're both fucking nuts. But
all right, let's do it. Roger, if you're wrong, you're dead to me. Charlie Sheen.
I'm going to have to go with my man, Charlie Sheen, because of Major League. And he's kind of like me, a wild man. He's got that tiger blood. You know, he's got that HIV as well.
I forgot about the tiger blood.
Rest in peace because he's still living. But we love Charlie Sheen. He tried to win us Game 7 of the World Series. And fuck Bill Murray.
Hey, can I cut in? Go ahead, Gator. Go ahead.
Good job, Roger. Good man.
They're both fucking fit for a straitjacket, the both of them. You know, the thing about Charlie Sheen and Major League is anytime a Cleveland athlete makes a promo commercial, Cleveland fans lose their mind because of that movie, because Charlie Sheen was off making commercials instead of worried about pitching. So every fan in Cleveland, every time somebody makes a commercial, like, oh, if you weren't making commercials, you wouldn't be screwing up. It's all based on that movie. It blows my mind. The whole Cleveland fan base needs a straitjacket. Everybody.
At home with Baker Mayfield, when you don't make the playoffs, is like it sells itself, man. Like it's a punchline, right?
Hey,
where's Baker Mayfield during the playoffs? He's at home.
It was awful.
Well, here's the good news. You are now in the running for a shirt that you don't want. But the question is, can you go 4-1 and have the best record of anyone that will play this game? Because I recorded probably 50 of these things with Ed last night. I lost a lot of brain cells, and we're going to play this again. So can you set the benchmark for how to play this game?
Bring it on. Let's do it.
Find out.
If you win, I'm going to pay extra to have a number 8 put on the back.
All right. Fair enough.
It would be like a jersey. It would be 8.
Let's get some silence going on here.
Tom Hanks or Russell Crowe?
Well, Tom Hanks eats babies, so probably not going to pick him. Man, Russell Crowe's a gladiator. Tom Hanks, however, is Woody, Toy Story. I feel like that's pretty wholesome. That's like it's like right in Ed's wheelhouse, possibly. Oh man, this is another tough one. Does it matter if I get it wrong?
It doesn't matter, but if you want to be the best person to play this game, then you got to get it right.
I think he probably loved the Gladiator movie when that came out. So I'm going to go Russell Crowe.
Wow. It's a good thing Roger helped you on the last one, because otherwise.
Tom Hanks actually got his career started in Cleveland in the late 70s.
Oh, I knew.
He's from Cleveland.
Acting company or something. Tom Hanks also a big Cleveland baseball fan. He did say go try it.
Voiceover.
My man Tom Hanks, Bachelor Party, one of the greatest movies. When he's playing with his soon-to-be stepdad, he hits with the tennis racket, hits the ball, and says, "And the Indians win the pennant." So Tom Hanks.
You're saying that just because of the Cleveland connection?
No, Tom Hanks is awesome. I love Tom Hanks.
I should have thought about that. Yeah, he did the Guardians announcement. Rick. Well, like now I feel like I know Ed better, and if I were to do this over again, like with different questions, I would get more of them right because now I feel like I really know who Ed is.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Hey, you won. Amen. You won. That's all that matters. You won. That's all that matters.
I won guessing things about a guy I've never met before.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. And you're an awesome dude, by the way. You're an awesome dude. I'm going to follow you on Twitter if I don't follow you already because you are an awesome dude. Probably one of the best guests we've ever had. And I like your wit. I like your humor. You're a great dude.
Wow.
Hey, we can We could do the same bit with the exact same questions, and all the answers will be fucking different.
Well,
the next time.
honestly though, like since he was the first one, and it was a maiden voyage. People actually get to know me now because they've seen these 5 clips or whatever. So I mean, great job. I mean, and so I think honestly, Gator could go 5 for 5 right now because he knows me.
I'll tell you, I recorded a ton of these with. I mean, Ed, how long did we go last night?
Oh, it was like an hour. And I actually talked more on other ones too, but Andy did a great job with the different, but I will say one thing, go nostalgia. If there's a Cleveland connection, find that Cleveland connection and you'll find the right answer.
If I did this game again, I could get 5 for 5.
All right,
No doubt about it.
Next time we have you on, we're definitely going to play, I'm going to save one round of this game.
Yeah, save one from, I know he'll go 5 for 5.
Yeah.
I got a good Ed bit.
Tom Hanks in the Cleveland
I got a good
connection.
Ed bit for the future. We can pin it. 6 degrees of separation from the city of Cleveland. And Ed can find them.
And Roger, you were dead on it. When you said I was crazier, like Charlie Sheen, I mean, you could not have gave a better description of why I would have picked Charlie Sheen.
So
Freaking Tiger Blood, dude.
And I picked someone that was very troubled and someone that is a professional, thinking that everyone would always pick the professional, but knowing that Ed would probably resonate more with the troubled individual. And I'll tell you, that was the gist of it, but there were a lot of times you found reasons to not pick the troubled person and pick the Tom.
I'm a tormented soul, though. I will say that.
It's a very hard game because you just never know where Ed's going to land.
No, I don't even know where I got 12 personalities, and I'm not lying. And you got to get 7 out of 12 to get something done. My life is very chaotic. It's hard to do. It really is. It's tough to be me.
We cannot
pray for me, guys. Pray.
We can't wait for the next time you leave the show, walk off the show, whatever. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot of show drama going on centered around Ed. I'm excited.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a diva. I love me some me.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been one of our best shows of all time because Gator, you were incredible. You were so good. You just your takes were amazing. You just had something to say about everything. You were fantastic. I knew I wanted you on this show the moment we conceived it, and I'm so glad you finally found the courage to do it.
I'm no Michael Crutchfield, but did my best.
You got a dog too? What's your dog's name?
This is Reggie.
Reggie.
We got a dog on the dog chug.
See, I would say, Reggie Langhorne, one of my favorite all-time Browns, Reggie Langhorne.
Oh, yeah, dude. Ed's the man. Love it.
That is the man. So everyone, thank you so much. Gator, you're amazing. Thank you for Jim the intern for dropping a bunch of bombs. Ross, that guardrails bit was awesome. Incredible. Roger, I cannot wait to see what you have in store for next episode because I know you're going to bring it. Hopefully you'll turn your hearing aid up a little more. And Ed, I just hope next week isn't the week that I piss you off where you leave.
I can't promise anything. I don't. In 5 minutes, I may fire myself, and I'm not even on the show in 5. So I don't know.
You could have Ed Spaces.
Spaces. I'll say one thing about Spaces, and we were talking about that. You just go there. It doesn't really matter what you do because it's just people talking over each other anyway. So it doesn't really. It's just a shit show.
All right. Well, here's the deal.
I would never.
You need to let me know when there's a good Spaces that we can get on with Crutch.
Gator's right about Chop. When Chops is on there with those are the best. Gator was absolutely very accurate in his description.
Crutch is all for it, so give us a heads up.
Okay,
it'll be hilarious. It's gonna be amazing.
Let's take one over Saturday night. Just fucking go in there and dog show that fucking thing.
Yeah, of course we're gonna record it. It'll be amazing. All right. Anyway, we did go over our hour. I apologize, but next week I promise we're gonna be under an hour. Thank you to everyone. Go Cavs. I guess we all hate the Baker because we all kind of talk shit about Baker, but
hate him. I mean, hate him.
That's what's great about this podcast. We barely talked about Baker.
I know Now he's got to bring him up at the end. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, great job.
I'm very toxic, like Twitter is. So
that's fair.
That's what it is. You can't say lukewarm things about Baker Mayfield. You either have to hate him or you have to love him.
Yeah,
so I think if we have to do one of those two, we're more on the hate side.
Yeah, we'll just chug and.
Yeah.
Ed, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you chugged that.
That's a
entire
lot
beer.
for me. That's a lot for
that's a
me.
lot.
So
And it's 8% beer, 8.6.
I'm feeling
Pretty
good. I'm feeling good. Got Gator, got great guests, got great people. It's good times.
All right, Gator, can you come up with anything amazing to send us off? Because I know you
Yeah,
have something.
I
cool.
want to know for real, like your opinion on Gator, or not on Gator, on Baker. Thumbs up or thumbs down on Baker. Go. Be real. We see it.
For 18 million $1 1 year, yes.
Oh, Roger. come on.
Roger, come on,
Oh,
Roger,
you
you gotta
straddled
go
the fence. You hurt the boys.
No tweetering.
Can't do it.
Ah!
There it is.
Well, you know what? Your thumbs up doesn't connect with a lot of things you say about the man. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Nick Carnes, thumbs.
Never heard of him.
All right, cool.
You got some creepy people DMing him, man.
That's for sure.
All right, Gator, I'm going to ask you a question. This is very important.
Good.
We have all acknowledged between the four of us that we don't know how to fucking end this show. Every time it's awkward as hell. So give us a good ending, and we'll use it every week. How can we sign off this show respectfully?
Well, I mean, I don't know. How do you sign on to the show? You do a chug, right? So everybody cheers and you peace out. Go Browns, right?
Go Browns.
Plug and go Brown.
Like
Nice triad.
Sorry.
All right.
Chug.
you cheers. and you,
I was thinking a musical number.
a musical
All right.
number. Let's hear it, Roger. What do you got?
We could do
Like a
We could do
bat out of
anything.
hell.
There you go.
Hey, cheers to meatloaf.
Cheers,
We could
Leo.
do meatloaf. We could do meatloaf.
All right. Cheers to meatloaf. Go Browns.
Like